What's up, folks? I wasn't going to do a video on this today, but I ran into some weird stuff that I thought I'd show you, so check it out. So I was going to go and change out the starter on my HHR. I got down here and I started to pull it out, and I realized this wire had a little like wire crimp and a piece over to the, well, I guess where the remote wire would go there. So I decided that, all right, that's probably the reason that it's not got power to it. So let's fix it. I guarantee that's going to fix it. It's got a little bit of oil on it. That's from the cap up top. Yeah, the oil cap. If you have the long filler neck on it, then the filler neck doesn't really made up very well down here at the bottom. So you get all that oil blow by and it just soaks everything. So I took it off and I leave it in the trunk if I ever need to fill it up on the road. But back to the wire on the bottom. I didn't know that that was the problem. We've had a few issues with this car for a while. Remote start wouldn't work, this, that, and the other. I blamed it on other things, but that could definitely be a big reason why the remote start is not working. So here on the workbench, I'm going to build a new one. All right, got all the pieces here, but yeah, this is what they threw down on there. They didn't even like try to crimp it. So we're just gonna make a new length of wire on the end and probably get a new one of those for it. I can't really reach up in there with the soldering iron, but I'm gonna make sure to crimp it nice and neat, and might even wrap the ends in some electrical tape just to make double sure that there's no water getting in there. Is what it is. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, it doesn't. So let's see if we can get it working. I'm gonna start out by using these 14 to 16 gauge ring terminals. Got lots of different random assortments of wire. I can use different wire down here. I'll probably just use a chunk of this. That's why it's up here. I got all kinds of stuff in here. Thicker wire, battery cables. Oh yeah, I had to rebuild a starter. Probably use one of these. And we'll keep on checking. At first I thought it was the starter, and I was going to use the starter off my green project car that I pulled off the motor that was blown up. And I got down here and I realized it's completely missing the terminal for the remote wire. So that would be a step backwards from where we're already at. But that was also before I knew that the remote wire is broken. So let's get that fixed. Well, after careful analysis, I built a new one. I did make it just a hair longer. Can't hurt. Always makes it a little bit easier to work with when you go back in there. But yeah, let's go and throw it back in the car. Alright, so as you may or may not have been able to see, I just got done putting that on. We are going to grab our 10 mil and head back to the trunk. Okay, forgive me for the straw. We had, as you know, some rain on the East Coast last week. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this back in here. We'll get that swept out later. Get that on there. Remember, tap her down real good. She's seated, you don't just want it sitting on top. Sorry, I'm trying to change it one-handed there. Yeah, get it down to the very bottom, you'll feel it. Yep, it's on there. So putting a battery on is easy, guys, but if you do it wrong, it'll definitely make your car feel funny while you're driving it. All right, well, let's go test her out. So before, this thing wouldn't even crank. There was no click, no anything down there. So well, looky there. It runs. All right, well, folks, another problem solved. Gotta love it. Until next time, y'all, this is the cheaper guy. Fix your own stuff so someone doesn't have to. Peace.